Hi, this is Wolf. I'm glad you're here today on this beautiful day. It's just incredible what good health can do for you when you can get outside and get your exercise. And I love to be in the great outdoors in nature to explore and just be active. Retirement isn't sitting around for this guy here, but I got a second lease on life because I discovered what low glycemic food can do for you. So today I'm going to talk about the high glycemic roller coaster that us Americans are all on. In this country, we're addicted to carbs, and that can cause a lot of problems when we continue to eat highly processed, convenience-based foods, because that's what most of us are doing, okay? But I've got a wonderful little chart here that will explain things on how this works and how we're basically, really destroying our health by eating these highly processed industrialized foods, okay, day in and day out. So what happens when you eat a high glycemic meal, okay, high carbohydrate meal, such as let's say potatoes, French fries, you got your snack foods, you've got your junk foods, your convenience-based foods, okay. What happens is your blood sugar works in a very narrow range. This is your the range right here, this yellow range here. And when you eat your high glycemic food, which could be cereal, that was what I did. I ate a big bowl of cereal every morning and couldn't understand why I was so hungry by 8:30, 9 o'clock. Okay, I'd eat this at around 7 and I was just starving. Well, what happened was when I learned about this, it all made total sense. You spike your blood sugar when you're eating high glycemic food to the point where you're out of your normal operating range for your blood glucose levels, okay? A powerful insulin hormone kicks in from your pancreas to put that spike back down, and within an hour and a half you're going to crash, okay? So you're on this roller coaster. You crash, you could feel very tired, listless, you've got a tremendous hunger pang, huge urge to eat, you feel foggy minded. You might as well be putting an IV right in your arm and inject glucose, okay? Or put table sugar right on your tongue. This will actually spike your blood sugar faster than putting table sugar on your tongue. So that's how damaging this can be over time. And you go through this same scenario 4 times a day. You're hungry, you go back to eating your same high glycemic food because you're not, you're not knowledgeable in this regard at this time. And you go through this same roller coaster 4 or 5 times a day. What you want to do is you want to keep your blood operating at a very normal range here, where you release the energy very slowly. You feel full longer, your urge to eat is greatly reduced, and you eat less, okay? And you burn the fat. Because the beauty of this is when you're eating low glycemic food, it's very difficult to gain weight. You burn the fat off. It doesn't go to fat. That's what the insulin does. It's a fat storage hormone, and it puts it, right in areas you don't want it, around your stomach, around your waist, around your arms, and of course over time this can do tremendous damage. We're talking about building up a tremendous amount of visceral fat. Visceral fat is the fat that encapsulates and surrounds your intestines, and it gives you that big stomach, that what a lot of people around our Midwestern parts here call the beer belly, okay? It's really not a laughing matter because, first of all, you're storing a tremendous amount of toxicity in that visceral fat, very damaging. But eating low glycemic foods can get rid of the visceral fat, and that's what I've done. I've gotten rid of the big stomach. And actually, I've reset my goals to lose another 30 pounds, about 1 pound to 2 pounds a week. And so it's a great opportunity to get on the path towards optimal health. And how did I do it? About 7 years ago, I discovered a wonderful program. It was actually a 5-day detox cleanse. I was very impressed with the research and the science that was behind this program. I'd been on many diets. I know that diets don't work. They're a short-term solution to a long-term problem. Everybody knows what happens when you get off a diet. You already know the answer. Don't have to tell you, do I? You're going to gain all the weight back and then some. And so why do people keep going on that? Because they don't know of any other options. Here's a wonderful, wonderful option that really can work. And the other great news is that at a cost that's less probably than what you're spending now for the garbage food that you're eating that's doing the damage, okay? So the benefits are tremendous. The value is tremendous. And I like to get involved in things that offer value. Okay, that's functional to me. So hopefully you feel the same way. To learn more about this program, and actually I need to back up a little bit. If you keep on the high glycemic roller coaster, you're talking about numerous degenerative diseases that you're inviting that are actually preventable and reversible. Okay, the one big one that's absolutely epidemic in this country today, of course, is heart disease, but diabetes type 2. Diabetes type 2 is, you're talking about loss of limbs, blindness, just a terrible, terrible situation to be in. You can reverse diabetes type 2 by eating low glycemic food, and a host of other degenerative type situations. Operate prevention. The prevention factor makes much more sense than intervention. I happen to have a saying, I don't believe we really have a healthcare industry in this country. I believe we have a sickness care industry in this country. Does that make sense? When it's intervention after the fact and it's all about drugs and surgery, that's something I want to stay away from. And hopefully you do too. So to learn more about this wonderful program, click on the link below here and make the decision to get on the path to learn more. Knowledge is power. And then power, can turn into action, will get you the results. I'll give you the knowledge here. I've done a tremendous amount of due diligence on this. My website is loaded with information on this wonderful low glycemic path to take. And you can start right here by clicking on the link below and putting your information in. And until next time, in happiness and health.